that everybody in this room, we all share a similar goal in that we all want to become better public speakers. And one of the things that I really like about Toastmasters is, even though we all have that same goal, Toastmasters gives us a good opportunity on how we want to approach accomplishing that goal. And as Prasad alluded to a little earlier, was this Pathways program. And the neat thing about Pathways is that once you sign up, we're all going to be doing the same thing in level 1 like Prasad mentioned. But once we get past level 1, you start to see everybody's path sort of take a turn, because everybody's path basically gets split up into two different realms. So you have the leadership and development pathway, or you have the communication-based pathway. And Maria is going to talk a little bit more about the leadership development side, and I'm going to talk about more of the communication aspect. So as you can imagine, it's pretty straightforward. The communication pathway is meant for you to become a better communicator. But it takes away all of the discovering your leadership and things like that. And the neat thing about the communication pathway is, say if you want to become a better communicator, but if you have a specific goal, like if you happen to go to comedy shows on the weekends on your own time, there's a pathway if you want to become a better humorous speaker. And also there's other pathways for presentation mastery. Say, for example, in your role, if you happen to present using a lot of graphs or things of that nature, there's a pathway there too to help you, get better at those skills. And also, if you're an entrepreneur or have an entrepreneurial type of mind, there's a pathway for visionary communications on how to better communicate your overall goals or your aspirations or how you see the future shaping out. But like I mentioned, the thing to note is that all pathways, regardless of what pathway you do choose, they all take a similar structure in the beginning. The first speech that everybody has to give, as I'm sure most of you are aware of, is your icebreaker speech. Everybody has to give an icebreaker speech, whether you like it or not. And I know, for me, it took me almost about a year to give my first icebreaker speech, because for me, there's always that nervousness in the beginning. Like, what are people going to think? What do I even have enough to say for 4 to 6 minutes, or things of that nature. But the whole goal of this speech is really just for you to get up in front of the whole Toastmaster audience, and for you to introduce yourself. It gives the club a chance for them to get to know you. But it's basically just for you to conquer your fear of getting up on stage. And I hope that for any of you guys, it doesn't take a whole year for you to do your icebreaker. I hope you can do it within the first few months of joining. But let this be an encouragement to you guys that I look forward to very much hearing a lot of your icebreaker speeches. I know there's a lot of new faces since I've been in the club actively, but for those of you who haven't given your first speech, I highly encourage it. If you guys have any questions or need help drawing inspiration on what to talk about, my door is always open. So thank you.